Subscribe and click the notification bell to stay updated with the latest videos from School of Technology, Management and Engineering, NMIMS Indore.
A very warm afternoon to all the dignitaries on DICE, Associate Dean STME, and our enthusiastic audience. I, Maitri Jain, take immense pleasure in extending a very warm greeting on behalf of NMIMS, School of Technology Management and Engineering Family, Indore. Allow me to welcome you all to the second session of third season of Sunday Tech series. To make the best use of technology during lockdown, the students of NMIMS came up with the concept of Sunday Tech series in the month of June 2020. The series consisted of webinars conducted every Sunday on different tech-related topics and programming languages. These webinars were open to students interested in building their careers in IT, management, etc. from classes 10th to 12th, as well as first and second year college students. We are here today to start off the second session of third season of Sunday Tech series, inspired by the success of the prior two seasons, which drew over 1,000 participants from all around the world. Before we move ahead, I would like to explain the flow of the event. At the beginning, we will have a Q&A session with Mr. Shrikrishna Dikshit, our industry expert for today. Following this, we will have the much anticipated webinar on emerging need for cybersecurity. Attendees are requested to keep in mind that after the session, a feedback link will be shared in the chat box. Everyone is requested to fill it, as certificates will be provided on the basis of submission of these forms only. Moving on, I would like to welcome Mr. Shrikrishna Dikshit. Sir has more than 18 years of experience in information system security, risk management, cloud security assessment, forensic analysis, etc. His professional experience includes working across different countries and in a broad range of industries, including banking, financial services, insurance, technology, and many more across Asia and Middle East. Sir was also a key speaker at SWIFT Security Conference in Bangladesh, Indo-Bangla Summit, ICI Annual Conference in Bahrain, and ICI Conference in Doha. We feel privileged to have you today with us, sir. I would now request Ashish Sharma and Darshika Ajmera for further proceedings.
Thank you, Maitri. Good afternoon, everyone. Cybersecurity has become critical to the fabric of any modern business. As breach after breach hits the headlines, it's clear to everyone that organizations need more professionals focused on cybersecurity. Every role within IT has a cybersecurity aspect. Focusing on security as your primary role opens up a world of options. Increased demand for cybersecurity services means there's never been a better time to pursue a career in this growing field. A very warm afternoon to everyone present here. This is the Sunday Tech Series Session 3. We'd like to thank you for joining today's Q&A session where we'll get to know your views and valuable opinions on some important questions commonly asked by students.
Firstly, we would like to ask, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I hope you all are as well.
That's great to hear, sir. So without any further ado, shall we start with the question and answer session?
Yeah, sure.
Also, in the meanwhile, you guys can put up your questions in the chat box.
Sir, the first question for you is, you have been working as a cybersecurity expert at Najia Anderson LLP for quite some time now. We would love to know more about your role there, and also if you could share anything about your ongoing projects.
Sure. So at Nangia Anderson LLP, I am a leader in cybersecurity. I look after pan-India business. We cater pan-India clients, supporting them to improve culture within their organizations on information security. I'll not like to use cyber security as a word because cyber security is a jazzy terminology in today's world, while information security, it covers people, process, technology. Okay. And few projects which are ongoing. We work with few public sector banks in governance aspect. We work with few startups for ensuring their technology is secured in terms of application security assessments, vulnerability assessments, penetration testings, DevOps security, and so on. Also, we work with few pharmaceutical companies in US for developing a robust business continuity plans for them, and there are a few in Middle East as well. So that's how we work.
So that must be really interesting job to do on a daily basis. I would also like to ask about any technologies that you have currently been using in your company.
See, we are consultants, right? So technologies we use it. Uh, like there are certain tools which we use it for conducting application or mobile application assessments, right? Also, there are certain technologies where we use it for decrypt uh, scannings, dark web scannings, or social media, social listening, and all. However, we do recommend technologies across to various clients.
The project you mentioned sound very fascinating, sir. Thank you for sharing. Our next question for you is, could you please give a spotlight on the future career opportunities in cybersecurity field?
Sure. So gone are the days where pen and paper like used to be the key thing. Today everything is on computer. The only secure computer I say is the shutdown machine. Right. So till the time machines are on, technology is on, the need for cyber security is definitely increasing because first came thieves and then cops. So hence it is very much required for organizations as well as people to improve robust security culture, to implement robust security technologies, and to follow a process within organizations.
Definitely, sir. With modern days comes modern technology, and so does the need of cybersecurity. I hope this would have given more clarity to the audience who are planning a future in this field. Let's move ahead to our next question. According to you, sir, why has cybersecurity become a vital need for every individual and organization?
Yes, the need for cybersecurity is that uh, see culture again. The need for information security culture needs to be adopted within in every individual as well as every organization. Second thing is in today's world, more and more digital transformation, digital technology is being implemented, is being widely used. That is where money is today, right? Gone are the days where people used to carry around cash along. So today everything is digital. Hence, the need for cyber security, right, increases because that's where those bad elements they keep attacking. Also, government is helping us today in regulating more and also pushing for security mechanisms to be implemented within organizations.
That is very true, sir. We now understand how important this is for us.
Sir, I'm sure many of us are very curious to know, during your college days, how did you identify that cybersecurity is the domain onto which you want to focus your great future?
Okay. Like, I'll be honest, I never knew anything about cyber security or information security way back in 1999 or 2000 when I finished my CDAC. Even like you all people, I did my CDAC, like coding, networking, your dude concept. Like even I loved or I fancied going to US, settling there. Unfortunately, there was those dot-com burst and we people being left with no job on those days. Uh, so like being in EDP auditing those days was a luck by chance. We used to call it EDP auditing, wherein there was no terminology called as CISO or CIO. Like head of IT used to be called as a manager in IT, reporting to a finance, uh, like vice president or a GM of finance. And it was an EDP. It was way back when, all thanks to Mr. Gurubole, right, when manual banking was converted into total bank computerization. So, and then later on, it is this anytime banking or anywhere banking which came in. So iFlex was the first company who came in, and Mr. Achyut Godbole was the visionary or pioneer. So it was not a cyber security or information security, but an EDP auditing, electronic data process auditing. That was the concept which was being introduced that time. So I entered there by luck, and now this is my choice. I'll say this is more interesting than, like I'll say, I'll thank that .com burst because I didn't end up in doing that coding or networking anymore.
So that's really great. And me being an cybersecurity enthusiast now has only motivated me more to go through with this field. Moving on to our next question, we have is from Preet Sadhwani. She would like to know, sir, what is some basic knowledge that one needs to excel in the field of cybersecurity?
Oh, there is no basic knowledge. An intention to learn is something which is very much required because cyber security field is evolving and increasing day by day. Every day there are certain new updates which comes in. There are various branches within cyber security. One is called a process and governance branch, wherein the basic information is if you know something about ISO 27001, it is a good to have, but it is not a must to have thing. Right. Second is you should know something about computers, how computers work. Second is more of a technology enthusiast, wherein people they do like to do these application assessments, vulnerability assessment, penetration testings, and so on. Right. Then is the new door which has opened today is these dark web, deep web monitoring, social media monitoring, takedown services, and all. Uh, One more service, again, very interesting in today's world is ransomware malware analysis, identification, right? And then is the SIM, log monitoring, and so on. So there are various services. So there is no such basic qualification, but it is an intention to learn is what is required.
I completely agree, sir. I think all of us are quite motivated now. You made it sound very easy for us. Sir, the next question we have is what is the scope for cybersecurity for students like us in future? And how can one prepare themselves basically? How can be one ready for industry?
Okay. So I say everyone is ready for industry. Okay. So again, there is no such basic course or something. It is all on the job because books they help you in building up some knowledge. Honestly, there is a lot of difference when you come down in industry and do practical projects. So consulting should be the first founding stone. You should be part of consulting industry at least for 3 to 4 years. Right? Don't look much for the money aspects. Learn more, and then you can go back to the industry.
Definitely, sir. Hard work does pay off.
Smart work will pay.
Moving ahead, the next question. Yeah, smart working, sir. Nowadays, definitely smart work. Moving ahead, the next question we have is from Satvik Gupta. Sir, you have worked with such great organizations in the past. Could you please share some examples of vulnerabilities that you found during penetration testing of any company's website?
Okay, I'll tell truth. This is the truth. Okay, unpatched systems. The most common vulnerability I have found since last 18 years. It still goes today. That is the reason why ransomware attacks are so common. Right? Uh, Password abuse, okay, because password sharing, weak admin credentials, right? Passwords not being changed regularly. This is the most common vulnerability. Cross-site scripting or SQL injection is the most common vulnerability which we have noticed, right? And a lack of awareness and training, right, among users. Again, a most common vulnerability and phishing.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that. So moving on, I would like to know, according to you, what are the current biggest cybersecurity threats?
Uh, Ransomware, unpatched systems, again, password abuse, I'll say, right? Phishing, and sextortion. In most common cyber security threat for users in today's world, which is most commonly found on Facebook also. So these
I
are the
agree.
common threats.
I agree with you, sir. When I was in my school days, we were always had sessions on how to perform on social medias and how to, you know, take part in social media activities. So definitely, sir. Moving on, sir, in your opinion, what is currently the compliance obligation of sensitive data?
Yeah. So GDPR, it came down into play. GDPR became more famous. So it was in existence since last 15 years. However, the post they started imposing penalties and fines, right? That was the time when organizations became more sensitive about personal data. Uh, European Union personal data, I'll say. Every country, they came up with their own laws. Today, even we have personal data privacy bill, which is in a draft stage. Anytime it should get approved, right? Wherein how these personal data should get protected or secured. Uh, because we often tend to give away our Aadhaar cards or PAN cards for applying new credit cards, right? Or for hotel reservations. Uh, I have not seen in Indore, but definitely in Mumbai because I have been to Indore only twice. So I'll refrain from comments. But in Mumbai, while eating Belpuri, 2 times out of 10, I'll say, I have found I'm eating Belpuri, like, and paper is someone's Aadhaar card or PAN card. So, so how to protect it and even how we should take care of it, right? Because we do get numerous couriers and posts wherein our name, address, phone number is all written. How we are destroying that. That also becomes a key. Like typically, honestly, a year back, even I used to give it in Rabi without scratching it off. So, and that's the most common thing. Also, parents, once they are back home from office, they give their mobile phone to their kids to play games, wherein kids they do download various games on mobile phones, right? Uh, like someone downloading, say, cricket game. I still don't know why they need access to download a cricket game. They need access to our like phone list or messages and all. And that's how our entire data gets compromised. So yes, once this personal data privacy bill comes into play, it is a duty of every individual and every organization to protect this sensitive data. So that will be a biggest beneficial factor for us.
I completely agree, sir. I mean, we don't even realize how much information we share unintentionally to different people. So that is, I think, something we all should keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So moving on, I would like to ask, why is there an increase in data breach issues in different companies, according to you?
Uh, I'll say, okay, so currently I am working with three of my customers, right? Wherein either data has been breached, there have been ransomware attacks. 3 years down the line, when I used to ask my clients about their business continuity readiness or people working from home, their answer was a strict no, and this was never possible. COVID brought in new avenues, right? Today, work from home is the most common factor at various organizations, or rather, it happened during that COVID. Uh, Initially, even OEMs they used to take 6 weeks lead time even to provide any user access, like for VPN, right? It was a virtual VPN box, and to provide 100 user licenses. The 6 weeks lead time was a common norm. In COVID days, it was 6 hours. Right? Also, various organizations has implemented a lot of freeware or open solutions without testing. So COVID scenario was a best scenario because it was availability was given importance. But post COVID, when things were being brought back to normalcy, no one did a self assessment of what various loopholes do exist by deploying such freeware solutions. Also, when they reverse back, right, no self-assessment audit was being done. Like post reversal, right, are there still any ports which are left open, which needs to be patched, which needs to be complied for? And hence, today, a lot of these organizations are being attacked.
Definitely, sir. With coming nowadays with advanced technology, I totally believe that it is very important to know how, where you give your access and to know which loopholes are there. It's very important for consistency in a user's daily base to base working. Moving on, sir. In As we know, balance is a must in this fast growing environment. How do you manage the pressure and stress that comes along with work?
Uh, okay, so for me, like I said, I entered this field like by chance. Today, this is my first choice, and it is more of a passion. Right. So yes, there is stress. The work-life balance do get disturbed for sure, but somehow we have to adjust and manage. Luckily, my wife is also a working lady, so I don't have to bother much around. So yes, weekends are the time when I am with my family. Weekdays I am either in flights or with my other family and offices. And 2 hours a day post office hours is a must for me to keep myself updated. So this is how we have to manage, and there is no other choice. And also try to be with industry friends, right? To manage ourselves, to upkeep our knowledge, and be in industry where we are.
That is quite motivating, sir. It is very important to manage the stress and pressure that comes along with work. Thank you for providing us with some tips to cope with it.
Thank you. So anyone has any question? So any more
Yes,
questions?
sir. We have some questions from the audience. Can I present them?
Yeah,
Some of them? Yes, sir. So one of them asked, how do we dodge with all these threats that come along, that the ones that you mentioned? What is the best way to dodge them according to
okay.
you?
The best way to lodge these threats are ensure that your external perimeter is protected, and ensure that organizations are routinely auditing their infrastructure. So user access management, providing access on need to know basis, that is being done at regular intervals, at least once a month, and ensuring that external perimeter is secure, which is conducting penetration test at least once every quarter.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ashidi, are there any other questions?
No. So with this, we'll be moving on to the end of our question and answer session. It was indeed a delight talking to you, sir. Your enthusiasm was distinct, and your presence left the mark of motivations on the young minds. One always needs some advice and guidance to pave their way to success, and you really helped us make a step.
Sure. Thank
We,
you.
we
Thank
were
you very
pleased
much.
to have you, sir, and we would highly acknowledge having you again with us very soon.
Thank you. Very sure.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
obliged. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.